Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today we will do three things. First, I will show you the difference between a field tip, a bodkin tip with a hardened tip, and also a broadhead arrow. In this case, bolts for the EK Archery adder. We're going to test them against soft and hard targets, and then I hope that it will become apparent what they are for. There's a new model of the tactical repeating crossbow pistol AR6 Stinger on the market. This is the one that you already know. It's really well made. The magazine is from anodized aluminum. Really beautiful weapon with integrated laser sights. And the new one has a plastic magazine that looks super cool, but is a whole lot less expensive. So it's becoming more affordable to shoot a repeating crossbow pistol. And last not least, so many people wanted to see the effect of my Switchblade spear weapon that I copied from the Walking Dead World Beyond series. So many people said it's not going to last because it's only operated by this lever and the steel cable. Well, we'll put it to the test. We'll begin with the test for the three different arrows. This is the standard arrow, and actually you get 5 pieces when you buy the adder, and you can actually now at the moment buy 100 pieces for just 199 euros. So that's 2 euros for a bolt like this with a removable tip and everything. And you can also buy the high penetration bodkins. Let me see if the camera focuses. As you see, it's very sharp. This one was used already, therefore the tip is a little bit, bright, but it's edgy. And this is very new because this is actually the Steambow broadhead arrow for the adder. And as you see, it has a lethally sharp tip and green veins. Now, as you see, I put them in the new speed loader that you can only use with the new magazine. That's optional, you can buy it. We actually shipped a few thousand of those already. And as you see, it holds 7 bolts, and I've loaded it alternatively. So we're starting with the field tip, bodkin tip, broadhead, field tip, bodkin tip, broadhead, and then for good measure, one more field tip. So this is the new magazine for the adder. As you see, it looks super cool. And it can be opened like here, like so. You see, it keeps open because there's a little ball bearing here. As you see, it snaps in, so it locks in place. And as you see, I can even put this small scope on it. It's actually a 4x scope. Normally the weapon is shipped with a red dot sight, but in many cases people prefer a scope. And this actually is still compatible with the speed loader. To load, you switch open the magazine, then you put in the speed loader, you pull it back, then you strip the arrows in, like so. You take the speed loader out, you close the system, and you're in business with 7 bolts. Now, as a test, we'll start with the soft target, ballistic gelatin. What else? I put it sideways this time so that we have a little more surface here, a little bit more depth to the shot. And of course, I put on a t-shirt and I put on some skin, which is just a window cleaning leather, which makes a really good simulation for skin. Okay, put it over it again. So, and we're gonna shoot from about 5-meter distance. Very good distance for self-defense or home defense, and also it will allow me to hit it in various spaces. I don't want to hit it twice in one spot. Okay, the first arrow is the field tip. Went in fairly deep. Now the next arrow is the bodkin tip. And the third arrow is the broadhead. Ooh. Let's look at the damage. So as you can clearly see, actually the winner clearly is the broadhead. It also caused the biggest damage that was to be expected too, because it was been cutting through the gelatin. And then I would say the bodkin and the field tip were about even. Maybe the field tip had a little more penetration. I don't know why that is. It's probably just random. But as you see, all bolts penetrated deeply through the gelatin. And of course cut through the t-shirt and the skin of this poor victim too. Now if you look at the veins, you can clearly see what one of the reasons is why the broadhead performed so much better. Look at the veins, see how crumpled they are? Very much crumpled in. And this takes a lot of energy. Actually, it decelerates the bolts quite a bit. Whereas the broadhead here, see the veins are perfect. And that is because they are actually cutting through the tissue and therefore making room for the veins, which are in perfect alignment. So this means that this is one reason why a broadhead will completely disappear into an animal or, of course, a human attacker, whereas these will be stopped earlier simply by the friction of the veins. The second test will be against a hard target. In this case, it's a 1mm steel plate. I've used this for the test for the English longbow already. And it was possible with a 70-pound modern bow and with the longbow to shoot a decent arrow in so that it would poke out about, maybe 20 centimeters or something. Of course, there's plywood behind it, so we have 1mm steel and we have 12mm plywood. And that's a hard challenge for an arrow. We're going to see how the 3 different arrow types fare against the target. I will try to hit them here in the upper part where there's no previous impact. So here you can see what happened to the broadhead. It simply folded itself in. That was to be expected. And you see the field tip is a little shiny around the tip, but otherwise it's okay. It's a little bit more blunt. But both of these have not been able to penetrate the hard target. So the bodkin sticks firmly inside of the plate, and as you see, it even pokes out at the rear end a little bit. That is quite impressive for such a small crossbow, and there's also stronger throwing arms for it in preparation. And as you can also see the marks that the other arrows left. So the mark that we got from the field tip is pretty serious. Not so much different to the bodkin tip, but still this one's significantly better. And here it's just scratched it a little bit. So you can really see the broadhead had to give up on this target. Let me see if we can get this out again. We can. And as you also see, it is pretty much in fine condition. No problem. Time for a little conclusion. First, the field tip arrow. What I like on the field tip arrow is that it is very, very inexpensive and it flies really properly. So this can be had starting from just under €2 per piece, which makes it super inexpensive to practice with it, and it's definitely also deadly. Now, the broadhead arrow. It's very sharp. What is it for? Well, this is a hunting arrow. So you would want to use an arrow like this when you go hunting, or when you plan to shoot an attacker in the stomach and he's only lightly clothed. So the thing is that, of course, this will penetrate into like soft flesh way deeper than any one of the others, and it will also cause more damage because this is much more likely to cut through a vital organ or maybe a blood vessel. So this is a hunter arrow. And what's the bodkin for? Well, bodkin tips are war tips. Those are arrow tips designed for warfare. Therefore, they are designed to penetrate through protective material, like leather shields, leather armor, and even, as we've seen, even thin steel armor. Not everybody was able to afford high-end hardened steel. A lot of people just had to use what they had, and therefore, this is a war tip. So this will crash through pretty much everything. And if you are afraid that your attacker, like a home invader, will be wearing like motorbike jackets or something like this, this is the bolt that you need to look for. But it's also mid-range expensive. So if you buy an arrow, it's €2, and if you buy a tip like this, this is alone like €3. So it's a €5 tip. And this one here, of course, is most expensive because it's made specifically for the adder crossbow, and it's high-end, made in Austria, and this one is close to 10 euros a piece. So it's a very expensive arrow. But if you go on a hunt, you know, it doesn't matter much. You're going to shoot 1 arrow per hunt maximum, and then it doesn't really matter. So again, practice, hunt, war. Now we're coming to the Steambow Stinger AR6, Austrian-made product. This is the one that we've been selling for a while, really successfully so. It has a high-end anodized aluminum magazine for 6 of these bolts. And you have a Picatinny rail, so you can install a red dot, but you also have an embedded laser. So that's seamlessly embedded. I love this crossbow because of the quick firing rate and the compact size. So if you want to shoot, it is so quick to fire. Bang! And if you remove that safety, it even is faster. One more. And bing. The only issue that people always complain about is why is it so expensive? The basic crossbow pistol is so cheap because it's mass produced in Asia. But if you buy it with the Stinger magazine and so on, it's so expensive. It's like 370 euros. Well, you get a lot of stuff that you don't get when you just buy the crossbow pistol. You get the forehandle, you get the magazine part with everything that comes with it. But mainly it's because this is not mass manufactured. This is low volume, whereas this is super high volume. They've been making this one for like 30 years or something. So all tools have long been written off. So, but this actually made in Europe is very expensive. In any case, they reacted, and now there is a cheaper version. Now this one, I think it looks even more cool. It basically has the same feature. 6 bolts in the magazine, same way how to load them, just put them in here. Picatinny rail and laser sights, all embedded. But this is now made from injection molded high quality plastics, which is fine because there's no strain on this part. It's just made from plastics because it's less expensive. Other than that, you even get a little bit more value because you get a second spare string, and you also get a string, a little help string that makes it very easy to exchange the strings without any additional tools and so on. And other than that, it has the same functionality. So you can still cock it very, very easily and shoot and shoot and shoot. Very simple. And the price is much less expensive. Instead of 370 euros, it now only costs 249 euros. So it's available, it's already available, so you can buy it from our site, and I put all the links down there for you. I love this product because it's even lighter. Because this is so light, it only weighs 1.2 kilos fully loaded. The metal one is actually 200 grams heavier. Now, which one do I prefer? Well, I still have to say the metal has appealed to me. So therefore, the plastic one is really cool and really great value for the money. But I still prefer my metal one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. There's also plenty of accessories for the product already, like this tuning arm that actually has a lot more power. The original one is 50 pounds and this is 80 pounds, so you get a lot higher output, but it's also harder to cock. This one comes with the end caps, with the help string, and also with a spare string. So makes a lot of sense if you need more power. Also, of course, you can get these bolts. 10 of them are part of the package, and actually you can buy more. Those are not expensive, very inexpensive bolts. But they're also broadheads. Yeah, see, aren't these beautiful? These little things. Let me see if they focus. Yeah. See. And actually, I have seen a video, I put the link down there for you, of a guy who actually, hunts hogs with this one. Actually, in his videos, he's actually killing 2 hogs, a smaller and then a bigger one. And unbelievable. And they went all the way into the animal, not with the more powerful arm, just with a regular arm. And the animal just ran for about, 20 seconds, and then he dropped dead. Amazing, with a pistol crossbow. I'm not a hunter, but I still have to say impressive what this little thing can do. So we of course will test it against the ballistic gelatin, now they have with the block, but we will also try a waxed one. And a normal one. Okay, I'll shoot the first unwaxed bolt first. Sticks in, and now I'm shooting the waxed bolt. Okay. So the waxed bolt went in a little bit deeper than the other one, but not that much. I guess that it doesn't make all that much of a difference for these weapons. In any case, isn't it impressive how deeply these cheap bolts with this small crossbow pistol penetrated into the ballistic gelatin block? Actually, it penetrated deeper in the video of the guy hunting hogs with it. Therefore, maybe the hog flesh is a little softer than this tough ballistic gelatin block with the t-shirt and the skin. So the Steambow AR6, 2 models. Less expensive with plastic and more expensive with metal. I love both models because they're accurate, they're powerful, they're a boatload of fun to shoot. And they're also available. Links down there. Okay, so we'll start with some light stabbing against the archery mat. Let's see. Well, that was easy. I think I topple it over. Maybe I just punch it a little lower here. Easy too. Still very functional. So that wasn't the problem. Now I'm punching into the ballistic gelatin. Oops. Not a problem. Now let me slash with it. Yeah. Okay, that was easy too. Wow. Careful, careful here. Oh, yeah. So far, no problems. Okay, let's stick it into this tree trunk now. No problem. It works like a charm. Okay, car door tests. Now if you can punch a tiny hole into the car door without breaking, then I have to give it the seal of approval for killing zombies. Sorry ZGB boys, I had to borrow that line from you. All right. A hole. Now a lot of you guys will now say, but what if it folds against it? Well, don't forget that this is not a folding knife. A folding knife actually should not close against your fingers because that's going to be very painful. Yeah, so therefore for a knife like a slip joint knife, there is always a danger that it can accidentally cut your fingers. But on this thing here, that is not the case because see, that's a long way to glide your hands up all the way to here. You don't do it in fighting. So there is no danger that this is going to happen. And I could also add a stopper at some point here. But the thing is that what really makes this important, on normal fighting operation, you're not having any forces that want to close the blade. The forces are against the lock of the blade, and then it is pressing against this 2mm stainless steel tube, and the axis, which is a massive 5mm steel nail. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is just fine. I hope you liked this video, even though it came out a bit longer than I thought. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks and bye-bye.